I haven't heard anything lately. We haven't seen anybody on Twitch from the player side, and I know the commissioner spoke to CNN last week. I think it was last Thursday. We haven't heard anything, and I'm appreciative of that because that's the one thing I've missed about sports is public posturing over a monetary negotiation, and I'm wondering if that's on purpose that we haven't heard anything in the last few days.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to think that all parties would have learned their lessons in the past. And yet, as a media member, I also feel like I would be biting the hand that feeds me to encourage all people to be quiet about things. In the end, though, the long play, it is better for baseball when people do not speak out publicly about sensitive issues. And that's why at the beginning of last week, Rich, I wrote this week's going to be ugly because they don't have discipline. And the lack of discipline comes from the owner's side when things are being leaked to particular writers, and it comes from the player's side when they're going out in public and answering questions that probably don't help the general cause. So I think they've got all that out of the way, and it is brass tacks time, and let's figure out if they can actually get a deal done to get baseball out on field this year.
All right, so walk me through what you do know about this, even though some people are not talking publicly anymore. What is your ear to the ground telling you about this? Because as you point out, rubber must meet road if you want to talk about getting people in spring training. That was part of your great article, is that some people have said, are we really supposed to be in spring training in just 3 weeks' time, June 10th? Right? So where do things stand?
Yeah, and a big part of that, Rich, is because a lot of these protocols that are in place in this draft document it really accelerate the timeline even closer than that. For example, people need to take an intake screening, is what it's called, before they get to spring training, meaning whether your spring training is going to be in your home city or it's going to be in your Arizona or Florida complex. Everybody needs to show up between 48 and 72 hours before their actual report date. Now, the report dates are going to be a little bit staggered. Pitchers are supposed to get there, and then position players, and then sort of not quite as essential personnel. But the fact that this could start somewhere around June 10th means that guys are going to be getting to these places June 6th, 7th, 8th. It means guys have to get back from the Dominican Republic or from Venezuela or from Colombia or from South Korea or from all these different places around the world. And the logistical disaster that this poses, I think, makes it unlikely that those dates that they've targeted are going to be realistically achievable. But look, then again, you have people who are extremely motivated to get something done. They will find a way to get it done. And that, in the end, is how I see this thing going. As many complications as there are, as difficult as it may be, I still believe right now, maybe not with as much confidence as I had last week before reading this document, but I still believe that baseball will be back this year.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.